Welcome to a courtroom where the stakes are high, the emotions are raw, and the truth is complicated. Today, we are following the sentencing of Missy Anna Torres, a woman who walked into court with 3 kids, a job, and a secret addiction she could no longer hide. She pled no contest to drug possession, but what shocked everyone wasn't the plea. It was what she admitted to next. Methamphetamine use right before her sentencing, drug paraphernalia found in her purse, and a scale. Yes, a scale. The kind used to measure drugs, not cupcakes. Was this the cry of an addict or the exposure of a dealer in disguise? Is she a mother who slipped or a threat to public safety? The courtroom is silent, the judge is skeptical, and the clock is ticking. So stay locked in, because what she says under oath will leave you speechless. Let's dive into the moment the court calls her case.
All right, are we here for sentencing?
I believe so, Judge. We had reset it for a couple weeks for sentencing only. I didn't know if that meant there would be a TAP evaluation or not, but apparently not. So,
Well, on this case, it would be, I think both parties agreed to provide the court with a IC.
oh, well, I guess that would be the state, because I certainly don't have access to that.
Yeah. Because I believe the state is silent.
Correct. If I'm not mistaken, Judge, your history is some misdemeanors. Sure. We want to get confused.
All right, court is calling 2024 CR 5145, State of Texas versus Missy Anna Torres. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
I'm sorry, Robert Behrens for Miss Torres.
And are you Miss Torres? All right, you need to speak up so the court reporter can hear. All right, we're here for sentencing today. According to the plea bargain agreement, she pled no contest to count 2 of the.
Okay, pause right there. 6 years in prison on the table, and yet Missy's lawyer is hoping for deferred adjudication. That means no final conviction on her record if she complies with probation terms. It's a second chance, a legal lifeline, but only if the judge believes she's worth the risk. Here's the tension. The state isn't opposing it. They're silent. That puts all the pressure on the judge. And judges, they don't grant second chances lightly, especially when meth is involved. Would you grant her a shot at redemption or slam the gavel on the deal?
Right. Thank you, state. All right, the state is silent. Is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, of course, Miss Torres is hoping you'll grant her application for deferred. She's self-employed, cleaning houses. She has several customers that rely on her. She has a few kids. She's just asking for the court to maybe direct her to some outpatient treatment because she believes she needs some help with this problem. And other than that, again, she's just hoping you'll grant her application.
All right, you want to raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Missy Anna Torres.
All right, so you're going to get drug tested today. What are the results going to be?
They will come back positive.
Positive for what?
There it is, the courtroom moment that changes everything. Missy just admitted she's going to fail her drug test. She used meth just days before this sentencing. The honesty is almost painful, but it's also revealing. It's one thing to have a past drug charge. It's another to walk into your own sentencing high. The judge just heard this, and you can feel the energy shift in the room. Is this self-sabotage, a cry for help, or proof that outpatient treatment just won't cut it? Let us know in the comments, was this brutal honesty, brave, or just reckless?
Under stress. So I don't do it when I go to work. I don't do it, every day, like I said.
All right, so how many children do you have?
I have 3.
What are their ages?
11, 8, and 5.
And where are they now?
2 of them are with their dad and 1 is with my grandma.
All right, with your grandmother, so their great-grandmother?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, do you help take care of your children?
Yes.
How
I-
often?
I see them every other weekend and, I don't pay child support, but I pay them. My exes and, I have my daughter. My daughter is, with me.
No, you just said your daughter is with the
Yeah,
great
but I
grandmother.
live with my
There
grandma.
it is, the courtroom moment that changes everything. Missy just admitted she's going to fail her drug test. She used meth just days before this sentencing. The honesty is almost painful, but it's also revealing. It's one thing to have a past drug charge. It's another to walk into your own sentencing high. The judge just heard this, and you can feel the energy shift in the room. Is this self-sabotage, a cry for help, or proof that outpatient treatment just won't cut it? Let us know in the comments, was this brutal honesty, brave, or just reckless?
I will tell you, the court's issue, and if you want to address this, I know the state is proceeding on count 2 of possession, but she had a lot of drugs with her.
No,
So I don't understand, if you're working homes, then why do you have a scale with you? Because that's, according to this, you had drugs, you had a scale in your purse, and there were baggies totaling 32.0 grams.
well, Your Honor,
Here's the bombshell: 32 grams of meth, a Paris Hilton makeup bag, ziplocked and vacuum sealed with a scale inside. Now let's get legal. In Texas, possession of 4 to 200 grams of meth is a second-degree felony, up to 20 years. And packaging like that, it raises red flags for intent to distribute. But here's the twist: she pled guilty to possession, not dealing. Why? Probably because proving intent is harder than proving possession. But the judge is clearly skeptical. You're not carrying around this setup just for personal use, are you?
And according to the stipulations, that what was found in your bag, it says, I searched her bag and inside a Paris Hilton makeup bag box were baggies, a scale, and crystal-like substance inside a cut vacuum sealed bag. That's from your Paris Hilton makeup bag.
so what I had, the meth was it was double bagged in a sandwich bag. So yes, ma'am, I know it was 20, but it's because that was my personal. I didn't have any other. And last time I went, they tried to,
Let's break this down. Missy says she could burn through an ounce of meth in just 2 to 3 days. That's over 28 grams. Most users don't go near that amount. That's a staggering level of consumption, if it's true. But here's the question: is this honesty or an attempt to cover up distribution with a wild claim of usage? This is where addiction stories blur the line between personal suffering and criminal responsibility. She's pleading for treatment, but the quantity screams trafficking. So what do you believe? Was it all for her?
Testing drugs in the field are not legal for court. So I'm not considering the weight and what they said in the field. I'm considering what has been given to me for laboratory reports. So this was the professionals testing it, not a presumptive. And it says 27.459 grams was the net weight of the meth that you had in your Paris Hilton bag.
yes, Your Honor. And I will say that I used to use a whole ounce within 2 to 3 days. So I was a heavy user and like I said, they tried to give me half of that the last time. And right now it's going for 250. So if I'm paying 250, I wanted the whole thing. I wanted to make sure. I'm just being honest and I'm sorry. Excuse me for being,
No, I
transparent.
want you to be honest and I want you to be transparent.
I'm sorry for being transparent, but it's something that I feel like I worked for my money and I didn't want just to get gypped again. I can promise you I didn't sell anything. It was because I've been gypped many times. So I did get it. Now it was double bagged because I don't know, that's the way they gave it to me. I can't, and it is my mistake and I'm taking full responsibility, but I wasn't selling drugs. I wouldn't, I guess I have a job.
She just admitted she brought her own digital scale to drug deals because she didn't want to get ripped off. Let that sink in. This isn't casual addiction, it's planned, it's systematic, and it reveals a deeper relationship with drug culture than she's letting on. Bringing your own scale, that's not something most addicts do unless they're deeply embedded in the game. So now the judge is thinking, is she just a user or running her own operation? Tell us below, is this strategy or survival?
Proceeded on a possession, but the amount of drugs you had and the way they were packaged, that's concerning for the court. So you're saying that you just bought a bunch of meth and you were saving it up for use?
So I would use within 2 to 3 days, that was all my personal. Like I said, they tried to sell me half of that one time and I went back to the same person, but I said, I'm gonna weigh it myself to make sure I'm getting the right amount because I'm an addict. I'm sorry, I am. And we're not.
So you travel with your own scale?
Well, at the time I did because like I said, I've been gypped and it's when you're an addict, that's all you think of, just how to get, make sure you're getting what you need. And honestly, I can see where I made my mistake, but I'm being honest with you. It was my skeleton measure. So my personal, that's it. And I don't know if Robert would tell you that was my personal as well. Like, I mean, I don't want to call him or anything you can if you want to, but he would tell you that's what I used to pick
Oh, no, I'm not going to be calling Robert because Robert probably has a case of his own.
Right. But I'm saying Robert can tell you too, within 3 days, maybe 2 to 3 days, really, it would have been gone and I would have been back doing it again and again. Now I don't. It was kind of like a stress thing. And
where did you get your drugs to use today before you came to court?
Just an old friend. I hadn't talked to him since, and it was on Saturday when I knew it was, coming and I guess I felt,
If
Yes.
you'd like to say something.
Now her attorney steps in with what may be the only lifeline left, addiction treatment. And he's not wrong. Using meth right before sentencing proves this is more than legal trouble. It's medical, psychological, deeply rooted. But does that excuse the risk she posed? Does addiction cancel accountability? This is the moment many judges struggle with, punishment versus rehabilitation. And this judge, he's not letting her walk. This is a justice system wrestling with its own limits. Comment below, do we need better solutions for addicts in court?
6 years in the prison, the therapeutic community. There's to be no contact with Robert Marble. Give her credit for any time served, and I'll retain jurisdiction.
Okay.
And you can explain to her what that means. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. I'll tell them. So here's the thing. When I say that I'm going to retain jurisdiction, what that means is they're going to take you to prison. If you're following the rules at the prison, if you're working on yourself, because they have programs at the prison, your attorney can file a motion. It's called shock probation. Back when I was growing up, they would have scared straight programs. So shock probation is sort of a scared straight program. So hopefully when you go to prison, you will clear your mind.
Yes.
The drug use or the addiction that you have, the craving that you have will be lifted. And if you are doing what you're supposed to do at the prison, if there are no bad reports at the prison, when your attorney comes back for a request for shock probation, I will strongly consider it. So while you're at the prison, you have 180 days. That's when he needs to bring it back before me before that time period. So you're going to do 6 months. And if you are doing well, if there are no write-ups against you, then the court will strongly consider giving you probation. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So, well, I mean, these are going to be choices that you make. It's going to be completely up to you whether or not I strongly consider giving you probation. Your attorney will explain it to you further, but any programs that they have at the prison, like the therapeutic community, to address your issue, You need to take it. I know they have parenting classes at the jail. I don't know how long the transfer will be, but you need to take advantage of that. When you see people come before me and they've gone to anger management class, they've done parenting classes, they've availed themselves of everything at the jail and everything at the prison, that is what you need to do. You need to immediately sign up for it. If for some reason there's overcrowding and they don't give it to you, it would be better for you to have signed up for it than to just throw up your hands and say, I'm not trying. Do you understand?
Yes.
And next time, if you have a case before any judge, don't use before coming to court. You understand? But I do appreciate your honesty, but you're going to have to get your life in order. Otherwise, children is going to be without their mom. You understand? All right. Good luck to you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
In the end, the judge sentenced Missy to 6 years in prison, not because she was a lost cause, but because she was spiraling too fast to stop herself. The scale, the packaging, the relapse before sentencing, it all added up to one truth: she needs more than outpatient help. But here's the twist: the judge retained jurisdiction. That means if she straightens up in prison, follows the rules, enters programs, she could get shock probation and walk free after just 6 months. It's a rare offer, a test of character and recovery. This case wasn't just about drugs. It was about choices, second chances, and a justice system trying to balance both. Speech balloons, so what do you think? Should the judge have granted rehab instead of prison? Would you have made the same call? Loudspeaker, if you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns. We'll see you in the next one.